The hits just keep on coming against P. Diddy, with a string of new civil lawsuits filed against the embattled music icon just this week. But Diddy isn't the only one who's facing some major allegations. Two of his sons, Justin and Christian Combs, are both name-dropped in several civil suits that list Diddy as a defendant. And the accusations against them are pretty serious, ranging from drugging victims and sexually assaulting them to apparent involvement in a shooting.
I was at I believe to be one of P. Diddy's freak.
His son Justin is struggling to rent homes because of his bad reputation. Let me explain. Obviously, the diddler, we all know he loves a party. Apparently, so does his...
Diddy might be locked up, but it seems his infamous freak-offs are still going strong. And get this, allegedly, it's his son Justin who's now leading the charge. Yep, you heard that right. Diddy's son, Justin Combs, seems to have taken his father's place, and y'all, he is even worse than Diddy. In fact, Justin's antics are so extreme that a ban has reportedly been issued for him in Los Angeles. People have had enough of the Combs family, so join me today as we dive into why the police are now allegedly after Diddy's son for being the new mastermind behind the freak-offs. After Diddy's arrest, the world breathed a sigh of relief, believing that the heinous acts he had been accused of for years had finally come to an end. At the very least, it seemed like the victims of his actions might finally get some justice. However, the last couple of weeks have shown that Diddy's influence runs deeper than anyone imagined. First, there were reports that even while in custody, Diddy was allegedly threatening potential witnesses who might testify against him in court. Not only that, but prosecutors have accused Diddy of trying to influence the potential jury for his cases. But if that wasn't enough, the most shocking revelation is that Diddy's infamous freak-offs are still going on. And this time, the ringleader is allegedly none other than his son, Justin Combs. Apparently, Justin's parties are so over the top, and reportedly even more outrageous than Diddy's, that he has now been banned from renting properties in Los Angeles to throw his parties. This news broke after a source exposed everything that allegedly happens at these gatherings. A broker for mansions in Southern California came forward to reveal how Justin rents out luxurious properties for these parties. According to the broker, Justin would claim he was hosting an intimate gathering of about 20 people. However, the reality was much different. Over 200 people would often show up, completely wrecking the property and causing severe damage. This pattern reportedly became so frequent that no one in the area is willing to rent houses to Justin anymore. The New York Post reported that, so far, there has been no evidence that Justin's parties escalate to the same level as Diddy's infamous events. However, Justin's behavior hasn't exactly been low-key. On his Instagram, he's frequently seen downing shots of tequila and vodka while partying with his dad and friends. As soon as this news began circulating, Justin's lawyer responded to the Post, stating that Justin has not been charged with any crime or been sued. From a legal standpoint, Justin hasn't done anything wrong. Still, the rumors and accusations aren't surprising to those who've been following the story. If whispers are to be believed, Diddy has always involved his sons in his controversial lifestyle. According to a woman named TAA who claims to have attended one of Diddy's freak-offs, the events were run with military precision. She recounted her experience and the bizarre things she claimed to witness. TAA alleged that secrecy was a top priority at Diddy's parties. Guests were required to hand over their phones and other electronic devices at the entrance, which were then sealed in bubble cases by security to prevent any photos or videos from being taken. According to TAA, security at these events was so tight that it was impossible to accidentally stumble into a Diddy party. Everything was carefully controlled, and it seemed like only Diddy himself was allowed to document what went down.
So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, you know, he can get in trouble, like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a photo booth or whatever. Take like 4 pictures. So I got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything. That's all you could get.
All right, get this tea. According to TAA, Diddy's parties weren't just chaotic free-for-alls. They were highly organized events with strict rules and a secretive system. Guests couldn't just wander around wherever they pleased. TAA revealed that at one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, she was approached by one of Diddy's sons as soon as she got inside. Apparently, his sons were in charge of handpicking guests who were allowed to enter the main house, where the real freak-offs allegedly took place. But it doesn't stop there. Those who were selected to participate in the freak-offs were reportedly given a pair of white shoes as a signal that they were approved to join the wild activities. Yes, a whole secret system was in place to determine who could and couldn't get in. And as you can imagine, the story only gets darker. TAA described the scene inside as complete chaos. The lights were dim, the music was blaring, and it was so loud and dark that you could barely make out anyone around you. Waitresses were reportedly passing out drinks non-stop, and many guests were seen walking around completely nude. But here's where it gets even weirder. Diddy allegedly had a thing for people dressed like Harajuku dolls, complete with red lipstick and intricate outfits. Yes, dolls. And these weren't late-night shenanigans either. TAA claims she witnessed these activities still going strong at 7 in the morning. Now, when it comes to completely trashing rentals with over-the-top parties, Diddy's track record is unmatched. One of the best examples of this was Meek Mill's 27th birthday party, which Diddy hosted. And let me tell you, Diddy spared no expense for Meek. For the celebration, Diddy rented out a Parisian palace for a whopping $225,000 for just one day. And trust me, Diddy made sure he got his money's worth, if you know what I mean. This wasn't just any gathering. It was packed with high-profile names, including King Bach, French Montana, Lil Durk, and more. Diddy made sure the party was the place to be, filled with celebrities to keep the spotlight shining. The energy? Chaotic, extravagant, and over the top. And it gets even crazier. Nearly 900 people reportedly showed up to this freak-off party. Celebrities were seen navigating through the crowded space, flanked by their entourages of bodyguards and arm candy. The mansion was packed wall to wall, creating total chaos vibes. But it wasn't just a party, it was a full-blown spectacle. Inside, the scene was wild. Dancers wearing nothing but lingerie performed seductive routines on makeshift stages scattered throughout the house. Meanwhile, scantily dressed women posed with rappers, adding to the extravagant atmosphere. And get this. On one table, a woman was lying completely nude, covered only by a tiny piece of clear vinyl with sushi arranged all over her body. Guests were eating sushi off her, while other women walked around offering bottles of sauce for dipping. It was a mix of excess, chaos, and spectacle all rolled into one. Guests posed for photos with their friends, capturing the glamorous and outrageous energy of the night. At one point, Meek Mill, French Montana, and Diddy himself took center stage to deliver a speech to the crowd, solidifying this as one of the most talked-about parties in their circle. It was a spectacle of celebrities, luxury, and excess that left everyone talking. This party wasn't just an event, it was a show, and Diddy clearly wanted to make a statement. The amount of work and attention to detail that went into planning this night was mind-blowing. A month before the party, Diddy's personal assistant contacted Jason Ha, the property manager for the Parisian palace where the event would take place. The party itself was held 3 days after Meek Mill's actual birthday, but Diddy specifically requested that it align with the night of the first fight between Floyd Mayweather and Marcos Maidana, so guests could celebrate in style. Diddy's demands didn't stop there. He instructed that all bedroom locks be replaced with brand new ones, and no one but him was to have the keys. Diddy wanted complete control. According to Mr. Ha, meeting Diddy's demands for the locks wasn't easy, as the mansion was an old, high-end property. However, Diddy brushed off any concerns, reportedly saying, "Money is no issue." Diddy even insisted that an insurance policy be secured to cover the property and its contents, just in case of any loss of life during the party. Yes, you read that right. That's how wild this event was expected to be. As if that wasn't enough, Diddy brought in his own smoke detectors, which were mysteriously removed after the party. Were they even real smoke detectors? Or something else entirely? Knowing Diddy's history, people can't help but wonder, Fast forward to the night of the party, which ended around 3 a.m., and the aftermath was nothing short of shocking. According to Mr. Ha, the house was left in an absolutely disgusting state. Leftover drugs, broken bottles, and used condoms littered the floors. The bedrooms, in particular, were trashed beyond belief, with used condoms and razor blades scattered everywhere. Lubricant was reportedly smeared all over the floors, dressers, and even the walls. And as if that weren't bad enough, the beddings were stained with blood. The scene was so bad that Mr. Ha speculated the bedding had to be burned after the party. It was just disgusting, he told reporters, describing the chaos in detail. So, with all this in mind, what do you make of the rumors that Diddy's son Justin is carrying on this infamous legacy? Could Justin really be hosting freak-offs? That rival his father's, or is this just an exaggeration of Hollywood excess? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.